Okay. Bonk's Revenge on the TurboGrafx-16 Mini. Forgot to get a few things off my chest here. This is such a weird console. I think there are only 21 games here that are localized because these were the North American ROMs, the North American games that came out, so they're all translated and everything. And this is not Bonk's Adventure. This is actually the sequel to Bonk's Adventure. This is the second game in the Bonk series, if I'm not mistaken. In fact, I want to say Bonk's Adventure is supposed to be on here in Japanese. And for people of a certain age who used to watch, cartoons back in the day, they remember the commercials. This was basically the mascot of the TurboGrafx-16. This was the character that was the most recognizable. Because if you were to ask people to make a list of TurboGrafx games, first of all, you have to be over the age of 10. I mean, if you're a teenager and you know what the TurboGrafx-16 is, God bless you. You're the 1%. For people my age, the TurboGrafx-16 was something of a novelty because it was not the first quote 16-bit console, quote unquote. Apparently, it was like a souped-up Super NES. It was like a souped-up Nintendo Entertainment System. It was basically an 8-bit console using newer hardware. It apparently had a 16-bit graphics coprocessor, but without getting too technical with that, that's pretty much meaningless. For all intents and purposes, that's kind of meaningless for the kinds of games we're talking about here. Like if the Nintendo Entertainment System had a 16-bit, coprocessor, graphics coprocessor, maybe it would have less flickering. In fact, most of the games you see here are not going to have very much flickering, and they will not have very much slowdown. But that basically boils down to, game design. That boils down to development chops. But this game's a bit more interesting than most because, again, it's the most recognizable North American game on the console, or at least it's a sequel to the most notable game on the console. And it was one of the games that I was interested in as a kid. And if I had a TurboGrafx-16, I would have rented this as soon as I could find a copy, because unfortunately none of the video stores where I frequented rented TurboGrafx games. So if you had one of these, you were SOL, because I don't even think they had Video Game Exchange back then. Remember before Funko Land, before Game Crazy, before GameStop, there was Video Game Exchange. I don't even know if they were around. Maybe there was a Toy Traders, I don't know. But the point is that there were a lot of games that were very hard to find unless you had parents with lots of money. And so if your parents had $50, they were probably going to buy this, and they were probably going to buy some really crappy baseball game. What was it? TV Sports Baseball? I don't even remember. We could play practice, we can do intermediate, we can do expert. We'll do the practice mode. This is going to be a research stream. I already played this stage. This game is weird. It's a side-scrolling platformer, but it's... Okay, let's get a few things out the way first. It's going to be kind of hard to explain. The TurboGrafx-16 is an NES controller with a couple of extra features. It has turbo functionality built into it. So if you have these little switches here, I'm on the turbo switch is off. Now it's on level 1, and now it's on level 2. You can jump with the button number 1 is the A button. Button number 2 is the B button. So if just know that's what I'm doing. If I say I hit the A button or the B button, that's what I'm essentially doing. I'm mapping these buttons to their NES letterings, just so we're clear. You press the B button in the air to drop to the ground with a headbutt. You can also, I think I found a secret thing. I headbutted the ground and I got some bonus points. I'm not complaining about that. No time limit, so that's good. Okay, you can tap on the B button repeatedly to float in the air and do spinning headbutts. But if you just press the button once, you'll hit the ground. I'm going to turn the turbo on, level 1. I'm going to hold the attack button down and we'll float gently like a cherry blossom. You can't go back and forth. Just a second. Yeah, once you float, you can't turn around. So you can only float in one direction. Let's see. But the turbo button can stay on, because if you tap it, you'll just hit the ground. But if you hold it down, you'll do that. And follow it up with a headbutt when you're done somersaulting. A couple of other things I should mention. There's a bit of a wind-up to Bonk's movement, and this is the part that's going to tick a lot of people off, because I didn't have the original console, I'm afraid. But this is a mini console that apparently has a tiny bit of input lag that's going to be a problem for people who have a certain kind of muscle memory. So if you're one of the 1%ers, I guess, who owned this console back in the day, the muscle memory on this is going to be kind of thrown off because of the input lag they got going on here. What's really weird about this character's movement, I'm going to see if I can describe this. Right, left, right. So I guess what's going on here is that there's a wind-up on your character's movement. It's kind of like the original Super Mario Brothers, where Mario doesn't move to the right as soon as you press the button. There's a bit of an input lag to his movement. So he will not move in the direction that you choose without a little bit of a slow start. That little sluggish start that he has to his movement is going to be a big problem for a lot of people. I mean, once he's in the air, it's actually not so bad. But whatever input lag they got going on in the air control and the movement controls is going to be a problem for people. This is not crisp like Mega Man. Because of that wind up to his movement, and keep in mind, Bonk does not run. He just kind of saunters. So the fact that you have a tiny bit of a wind up to his walking animation is going to throw some people off. So if you can get used to it, treat it like Super Mario Brothers, where you just treat it like Super Mario Brothers, where you just kind of, can I go down? No. Treat it like Super Mario Brothers. You can hold down to go down the waterfall. So treat it like Super Mario Brothers, where every time you start to run, there's a little bit of a wind up when you start running. That'll make the control a lot easier to deal with. Hold down the A button. While you're in the area, you have to press the A button fast. Okay, I see what's going on. Okay, so you have to hold up and then press A. And you mash on the A button to get up this waterfall. It's not obvious. I remember Jeff Gersman over at Giant Bomb spent like 5 minutes trying to figure out where to go, but the game never makes clear that you're supposed to climb the waterfalls. Now, if you have a manual, sure, but here's the other problem. This Turbo Grafx, there we go, got a 1-up. So you headbutt the flowers, they change color, and sometimes they spit stuff out. As I mentioned before, because this changed colors, that means I can bounce off it. There you go. So again, is this a secret warp? Jump on floret. Sprung. Don't fall. Okay, thanks. This console did not come with any manual, so the only way for you to figure out how to play a game like this is to go online to the whoops. I'm gonna screw that up right off the bat. There's also a triangle jump, and I'll show you that in a second, because you can bounce off the walls with your head. It's like Batman on the NES. You can bounce back and forth between walls, between two vertical walls, to climb up a vertical shaft. The problem is that this game doesn't come with manuals, and the only way to explain all of this is to actually read the manual. And the only way to find the manual is to go online and download the manuals. I downloaded them before I started this game, but I remember from back in the day that some Let's Plays I've seen of this game, yeah, that's how you climb the, oh, I'm in a new level. Okay. So you can only either figure it out, so you have to know how to climb waterfalls, and you have to know how to do tumbling headbutts, and you have to learn how to do the triangle jump, because unfortunately none of that is explained within the game itself. You have to go to the manual to figure that out. So if you want to read the freaking manual, you better go online and download it before Konami takes them off their website, because F Konami, am I right? Yeah, I mean, first of all, Nintendo didn't do it either. When the SNES Classic came out, there you go. When the SNES Classic came out and the NES Classic came out, there were no manuals. Gimme. Oh, I think I just ended up underneath the first stage. Whoops! I screwed that up. Oh well, can't get back up there. Did the enemies respawn? Okay, I thought that enemy was sliding down. Yeah, the enemy's sliding down the hill now. Okay, that's amusing. Let me see if I can get back down. No, I can't get back down. Nope, can't get back down. Whoop, now we can, okay. You have to hold down and press A? I don't remember how to do that. how do I go down? There you go. Okay, I don't know why that worked. Yeah, I don't know why that worked. So you hold down and right and press A? I like how all these I have all these point power-ups just lying around just randomly. So I guess if you're the kind of person who plays for high score, you can do that if you want. Easily. So do I have to double tap down to go down? I don't know what that was about. Anyway. I'm rambling here because for this research stream, I'm trying to make sense of this console. The fact that you have games like this, which are, you know, again, this might be the first game that kids might want to play on this console. And it's in English, but it's kind of inscrutable unless you've read the manual, unless you have access to a person who has a Let's Play like this one. Which is why my language is not as salty as it should be. I mean, most of my content's PG rated, but I mean, it's just... Hey kids, you want to know how to play Bonk? Mash on the A button, you'll climb the waterfall. Personality-driven YouTube is going to be the death of us all. Merry Christmas, by the way. I never claimed to have a personality. I just claimed to be a dude who played video games. I'm a dude who likes playing video games and tries to understand them. I'm not trying to generate memes. Except for the whole, it's not cheating for both girls meme, but that's not really appropriate for this video. Okay, let's go. Dash on the head. Oh, so that's how you move that thing around. You can also do this. Once you bounce, hold down the B button, and you'll float. Wait, can I go up there and get those? Wait, the flower disappeared. I was about to say, but yeah, it's not weird. That's kind of weird. I don't think I can get up there. Those smiley faces do look familiar. Weren't they in some other kind of like shooter game or something, like Magical Chase? Which is also not on this console, in case you're wondering. I believe that's one of the most expensive TurboGrafx games in America, at least as far as you know. The North American localization Magical Chase, if I'm not mistaken, is one of the most expensive games on this console. Whoops. Probably goes for like $1,000. So I don't know if that was a late release or if that was a game that would just kind of... How do I describe it? I don't know if that was a late release or if that was just a game that was like... Gimme. Get that meat. Okay, so that's the superstar, like in Mario Brothers. Well, I thought he was supposed to shoot fire. Well, eventually he will. But this is like his magic mushrooms. He gets stronger. Did he petrify that dude? Well, he lost his powers. Never mind. So that means you can one-shot those guys when you're powered up. Crap. Control's not crisp. This game is surprisingly technical. Because of the, well, for starters, all the input lag. I'll take that. Okay, now it's yellow. Ah, crap. I'm supposed to bounce off of that. And I don't want to know what that is. Pretty sure that's not a stereotype, is it? Oh, you can climb that up with your head. Just a second. But you can climb the wall with your teeth, right? Yeah, you can climb the wall with your teeth. Just hold up. Or you have to mash the A button. You have to mash the A button. Okay, that's how that works. Darn it! I'm supposed to bounce off of that. Never mind. I guess if you know what you're doing, you can bounce off all these dudes. Yeah. Whoops. That guy might be invincible, so let me not mess with him. Thought I got past this guy already. Okay, first of all, that guy should not be following me around. This is a boss fight. He should disappear as soon as the boss appears. Okay, I remember this part. Bounce. Bounce. There you go. That seems kind of anachronistic. We'll go along with it. Yeah. It wasn't the prehistoric caveman I was expecting. Crap. Okay, we'll hit those rocks later. That's how we're gonna get back down. Wait, what just happened? Oh, that's the meat. Okay, we're good. Excuse me. Okay, so this is a new area. It's like in Mario 3 when you get the raccoon tail. Yeah, that's how you get at it. Okay, I remember this area. There you go. Okay, so that's the trick. You can headbutt off the wall if you want to do a vertical jump. We'll do that later, because that's how you do the triangle jump. And that fruit is just for points. Okay, I'm getting weaker. Give me my health. There we go. All right, let's go. So there are multiple paths through the level. That's pretty interesting. I wasn't aware of that. This is such a weird console. It's weird to play a console where you haven't played a single game on it. Or in this case, at least not. I had some ROMs back in the day. I don't know if this was one of them. But yeah, back like a couple of decades ago, I remember sampling Ninja Spirit, and I think Jackie Chan Action Kung Fu actually played. I have played very few games from this console. In fact, I believe the Jackie Chan Action Kung Fu... Yeah, no, actually, it was released in America. Here we go. Okay, we're out. Okay, so you can petrify him. Oh, we're meat. So I'm invincible. Out my way! Okay. But yeah, so I've played like 3... Yeah, that's right. I played a tiny bit of Lords of Thunder back in the day. I know I played a little bit of... Whoops! That wasn't cool. Oh, I can't climb up there, darn it. Or if I can, I don't know how. Okay, what did I just grab? Crap. Some really big sprites. Give this game some credit. Okay, I can't climb up there. Yeah, but what did I play on this console? Whoops. Crap. Good drop. So I know I played a tiny bit of Ninja Spirit. I played all of Jackie Chan's Action Kung Fu, which is the definitive version of that NES game you might have played. Whoops. Whoops. God, we're in trouble already. Up here. It's got much bigger sprites. It has no flickering and no slowdown. So it's objectively better than the NES game. But it has all that game's problems. God, this thing's so annoying. Oh, you can hit it from behind. If you jump, you can hit it with your head from underneath. Okay. That's a bit of nuance I wasn't expecting. Gimme. Okay, I got a thing for some reason. Did I get an extra life? Ow! Okay, we'll come back down there in a second. So these levels are reasonably large. I kind of like that. Bounce. Okay, so you can bounce from side to side. Bounce, bounce. Okay, it's kind of hard to explain. You have to use your headbutt to bounce from side to side. Bounce, bounce, bounce. Okay. So I'm not supposed to hold the button down. But apparently I need to do this to win the game. Okay, I did that wrong. Yeah, I did that wrong. I'm not supposed to tap the button? I guess I'm supposed to tap the button. So I need to turn off the turbo controller if I want to do that, because that's going to be kind of hard to practice. Because like I said, it's like Batman, only instead of holding towards the wall in A, you press towards the wall in B. Yeah, like that. Toward the wall in B to bounce off the wall like that. You do that, and you alternate left and right. Whoop, give me that meat. I can't grab the meat, darn it. Nope, can't reach it. There might be like a technical way for me to get up there. There is a bit of nuance to this game as far as like the headbutting and such. So I do like all of that. It's like in Mario, it's like you hit the rock on, you hit the brick underneath an enemy and it dies, that kind of thing. Like Mario Brothers. Whoops! Yeah, don't stay underneath a volcano. I don't have enough health to survive this, I don't think. Ow. You just tap the, whoops! You just tap the button, you'll bounce off the enemy's head. Come on. No, a lot of places to stand. Other side. Whoops! I thought I did a headbutt on him. So where's my checkpoint? Oh, so I pressed the run button. Bounce. Bounce. Oh, sorry, just tap it. Okay, just hit it from behind. I might need to turn off the turbo button, because I keep accidentally pressing the wrong thing. I mean to just tap the button to do a headbutt. Like that. Oh, for crying out, I was stuck in the corner. Not doing enough damage, apparently. You can always hit enemies from underneath. If you want to hit them from above, you have to tap the jump. You have to tap the attack button. Ow. Got 2 hits on him. But you get the idea, right? This is an odd game. If there's a way for me to practice the triangle jump, I'll show you that later. Okay, so I went through his head that time. That was the last hit. I don't know how to say drat in Japanese. I probably could play this game in Japanese, actually. I know I've seen you somewhere. What game did I see you in? Okay. So we'll come back later and play the other games, but yeah, this thing's kind of weird.